around them. Only got it take a week to count it. Then I'm back up, name the place and we pack up. Running these racks up, 100 meals a week after.
Take no off. You better call back up. Don't really need down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. I'm with the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it. I know you sad about it.
Know you sad about it. Know you sad about it.
I'm moving too fast, I can't stop. Wiping it down with the paint hot. Left hand on the wheel. I'm closing the top when the raindrop. I'm keeping the game in the headlock. When throwed and blinded my dreadlock. In the end zone with the mad dot. One phone call, get it dead stop. I feel like I own the season. Say one thing, just give me a reason. Knowing you're mad, I'm undefeated. Top dog, making it even.
Oh, I had to get back up.
Back up.
I had to get back up.
I can't take no off. You better call back up. I'm running it down to finish. I don't play, get down to get it. Talk about that, come slide, I'm with it. Better see me now, on God, I'm lit it. I know that you tryna go big. Better run up the cash, you love to spin. Better kill it and did it again. With the intent, no, I'm down to win. I can't feel bad about it.
We welcome all of you to Nissan Stadium on the banks of the Cumberland River in downtown Nashville, Tennessee. The scene a few moments ago, here it is. It's unlike any other in sport as both teams made their way out of the tunnel. These folks are fired up as their guys are ready to do battle between the Jacksonville Jaguars and the Tennessee Titans.
Let's go. Let's do it.
Set. 10-2 start.
I'm scared.
They go play action here on first down. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down.
And that's their first sack of this game, but how about last week? 6 sacks, great coverage downfield, which helped that pass rush. They are really working in sync right now.
That huge loss on the sack makes this job much more difficult. It's now second down and 22 yards to go.
58's the money.
Hey.
Hey, tight.
General West.
Back to throw here. Going up top. And got his man complete. The 30. The 20. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there. 87 yards as his guys are able to strike first here in this opening quarter. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Let's go, boys. Bring it up.
The Jaguars take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Red 460 out block. Ready.
Here's the first carry for Bo Scarborough. And he's upended after a gain of 2 out to the 27.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last run got a couple. Here's 2nd and 8.
Greystone travel.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll get about 3 here as he's out to the 30.
some of the most unselfish players on any football team? Defensive tackles, because we ask them to just eat up blocks and allow other people to make tackles. But when he can make a play himself, as we just saw there, that's a big day.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. Here we go. 70 in. Bound to lose one. 44's the Mike. 44's Mike. Check, check. Switch up.
They're going to look to throw. It's a short one here, complete to his tight end. And he'll be taken down, but not before he works it past the 50. The Jags picking up the first down there, a gain of 12.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy completion and a first down.
They'll run it now out of the gun. It's a foot race. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. A big play there. His first touchdown on the year as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Extra point up and through by Myers. And we are tied at 7. Each team's had it. Each team has scored. 7-7 here as the kick's away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. And he'll very wisely take a knee here as they'll bring this one out to the 25 on the touchback. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Tackle there by Leighton Vander Esch.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one was swallowed up because what they're hoping, those big defensive linemen will take the bait and move laterally and open up a crease that they can run through. Didn't happen on that play.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. 2nd and 9 now. Jaguar pressure and a Jaguar sack.
Brandon, if I'm an offensive coordinator and I see an all-out rush like that, I file it away because I'm going to use their aggressiveness against them as this game goes on. I'm going to hit them with a screen soon.
And it looks like we've got a dime set here defensively. 6 DBs in the game.
Hey, check Mike 45. Check Mike 45. Oh, here we go. Oh, 45, 45, 45 is Mike. 45. Watch QB drop. Watch QB drop.
They'll look to throw. He rifles one that's intercepted. Picked off at about the 31. And they will score. It's a Jacksonville touchdown. I don't know who all is to blame there, but I love seeing pick sixes.
Nothing like seeing someone pluck it out of the air and go the other way and see people try to change directions. Hard to do.
Myers connects on the PAT, and that makes the score 14-7. So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick six, and now the kick is away. This will be fielded on the back line of the end zone. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And they gave up the pick six, and now they'll be looking to right the ship here. Now, as a quarterback, are you a little more cautious this go-around?
You should be, just because after what you gave up, but you can't be so cautious as to just really take things in, and now you're not going to play loose enough to give your team a chance to score. But you still have to be careful because those defensive guys, I know the reputation defense guys can't catch. All evidence to the contrary on that last possession, though.
He'll get a nice chunk there on the first down run, and it's 2nd and 4. The last run got 6, now 2nd and 4.
At the 31.
Yes, yes.
Switch. 45's the mic.
The play action fake. They'll look to throw. Rush coming, and he's taken down. And that is the third sack this offensive line has allowed in this first quarter.
Yeah, that puts him on pace. Let me do the rudimentary math here. To be sacked 12 times in a game. I know he's not going to go for that. I wonder if it's going to reshape what they decide to do on offense in terms of play calling.
Well, I can tell you what, when he popped up, shaking his head, frustrated right now behind center. Going to throw right side here, complete. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. They pick up 10, but it'll still lead to a fourth down.
Got it.
Now, the offense is not leaving the field. They're going to stay out and go for it on 4th and 3.
We want it. Come to my work.
Hey, Foxtrot, Foxtrot.
Check 45's the mic. Check 45's the mic.
Let's get it together, defense. Ready?
They'll try and throw for it here. He's going to have his running back. It's complete. And he'll have it past midfield almost to the 40 before being taken down. That pickup goes for 25. What a flip of the script from 4th down to 1st.
Ready. 60 Pittsburgh. We own it. We own it. Hey, Orbit.
They'll look to throw now on 1st down. Oh, and this ball's tipped and intercepted. Picked up by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Well, they didn't exactly show patience there, did they? Just down a score, they come out firing right away and compound things by throwing an interception. They put their defense in a really tough spot.
Ready.
Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And it's a unit last drive that did it all on the ground, Charles.
And they controlled it from the interior, big on big, right? Offensive lineman versus defensive lineman. But you know, in order to keep the football moving downfield, other people have to get involved as well. Your wide receivers, your tight ends, lead runners, anything that you have possible to get in front and keep the ball moving.
And now the defense may be looking out for a pass coming up.
58's the mic. Go 58's the mic. Let's go, D. Let's go. 58, boys. 58. Go.
Now he'll look to throw here on 2nd and 10. Blitz coming, and down he goes. Well, it was 2nd long. Now it's 3rd and even longer. They're going in the wrong direction here.
Because they're moving exactly the way they want to, but you're exactly right. Definitely going in the wrong direction for the offensive guys.
After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. And he's going to go down again. Bradley Chubb doing what he does best, getting that sack. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this 2nd quarter. And the Jaguars send out their punter. And no room for error here as his first punt comes from deep in his own end zone. And he'll take it just outside the 40. We'll call that a punt of 54 yards. Well struck. And it'll be Titan football. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And 2 interceptions thrown here in this first half. You hear it, no matter the sport, they say the great athletes, they can kind of have a short-term memory, but that's easier said than done.
It is easier said than done, but I played with a guy who threw 2 interceptions in the first quarter of a really big game we were playing.
Johnny Unitas?
And no, not quite of that level and not of that age. But I was
going for the age.
I remember looking over at him, and he was smiling. And I thought, what is he smiling about? It's because he had enough enough confidence in himself that that was a fluke, and he went out and played pretty well the rest of the day.
Now a quick throw as that's complete on the hitch route. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the Jags with 5 in the secondary now on third down.
They're not ready for this. They still playing soccer. Y'all playing the wrong football.
Tens the mic. Tens the mic. Watch twist.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he won't be close to a first down as he runs into a wall right around the line of scrimmage. Call it no gain there, and it leads to a fourth down.
It's fourth down.
Hey, high 7.
I got Mike 10 right here, guys. Mike 10. I got one. Mike 10. Mike 10. Mike 10. Hey, watch the screen. Watch the screen. Watch the screen. Ten's the mic. Ten's the
Hey, Charlie.
defense. Our time. It's our time. Hey, we got Mike 10.
Go.
Mike 10. Rip right. Rip right.
Get it.
Now a shotgun snap as they'll look to throw. And my goodness, this is incomplete. Boy, it looked like he had it and dropped it. And the Jaguars are going to take possession here on the turnover on downs. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And on the last go-around, they really couldn't get anything going.
They had to punt from deep inside their own territory, which means they're going to lose the field position battle as a general rule. What they're looking for now is a little more consistency, move the ball at least a few times on offense, get a couple of first downs, and hopefully flip the field.
Yeah, just something to build off of. That's what they're looking for here. Facing a 2nd and 2 after that last catch, good for 8 yards.
Let's get off the field. 58, boys.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. 2 yards, good enough for a first. We've hit the 2-minute mark of the second quarter, 14-7. Coming up in a couple of minutes, we'll get you to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. The coach will have stats and scores from earlier today in the NFL. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. 2 yards on the pickup there. It'll be 2nd and 8.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
Here's 2nd and 8. And this one complete to Will Fuller. And he gets this one inside the 15, just a yard or two shy of the 10. That'll go as a pickup of 32 on the catch and run. They'll look to throw here on first down. It's complete to Fuller. And he takes it in. Touchdown, Jacksonville. Will Fuller, his 2nd touchdown on the season. And the Jaguars are able to widen their lead. Extra point up and through by Myers. And it's now 21-7. And after the touchdown, here's Myers to boot it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line.
First and 10 at their own 24-yard line.
Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. And you're under a minute to go in the half, a first half that hasn't been particularly kind to you. How do you think they'll play this?
Well, I think the smart approach is to run out the clock, lick your wounds at the half, and see if you can come up with a strategy to play better in the second. But there's also something to challenge on your offense right here. You know, hey, guys, you help dig this hole. See if you can get us out of it a little bit before the half runs out. Let's go make some plays.
Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
45-yard line.
The big play to start him out. Has him at the 45 already.
I got you.
Hey, Zoo.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. No chance.
They'll look to throw here. He'll take a shot for the end zone. And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Minkah Fitzpatrick. And the return will stop them well inside their own 20 at the 15-yard line. That's sort of a second quarter to forget for him. Now 2 picks in this frame.
Almost as if the first one that he threw, he couldn't shake, couldn't get it out of his head. He ends up throwing a second one as a result.
Compounds the mistake a little bit.
Yeah, you got to be able to forget, compartmentalize, whatever you want to call it, and move on. He hasn't been able to do so here in the second.
They'll come out throwing here on first down. And he's going to be brought down. Back at his own 6-yard line. The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as the clock will stop with 35 seconds to go in quarter number 2. Sacks, a growing theme in this first half. This is 2nd and long.
Watch twist. Watch twist. Jim. Check 24. Check 24.
They'll set up a throw. And the pressure gets to him again. Now Tennessee going to use the second of their timeouts as they'll stop him with a little over 30 seconds to go in the first half of play. Need something from deep in the bag of tricks here after first and second down went backwards. It's 3rd and very long. This is Scarborough. And they'll indeed stop him on 3rd down. And now what do you want to do with your timeouts? Now the Titans will use their 3rd and final timeout as they'll stop him with 27 seconds remaining here in the second quarter. And he's able to get it out of there, and this is a pretty good kick. Well, nice job on the return there, 16 yards. And control of the football switching hands with very little time remaining until the half.
Here we go, set. 60 or.
Yeah, let's go sack lunch.
Hey, Delta.
45 to Mike. 45 to Mike. Oh, get him! Get him!
Now!
45 to Mike.
Big rip.
They go back to the air here after the INT on the last drive. That'll be incomplete as the clock will stop with 14 seconds remaining.
It's 2nd down and 10.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. 2nd and 10. And he comes back with one complete. And he'll go down inside the 45 before going out of bounds. 4 yards on the completion, and it sets up a 3rd down. They'll need to get this to the 38. That's where the first down marker is here on 3rd.
Bravo.
They'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete, stopping the clock with 5 seconds to go.
Results in a 4th down.
So on trots the field goal unit, and wow, this is going to be a challenge here. And this will be spotted on the other side of the field. It's a 61-yard attempt. That's running out of steam, and it won't get there. He left it just short. No good. And this score will stay right where it is. And that's the risk of the long field goal miss here at this stage of the second quarter. You give up great field position.
And that gives them one more opportunity to make something happen and something big. And we've seen crazy stuff happen at the end of halves.
Here we go. 17.
They'll throw now on the final play. Taking a deep shot here for Hardman. And it's knocked away and incomplete. So we have come to halftime in what's already a 2-touchdown game. As we'll send you down to Orlando, we check in with Jonathan Coachman for our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, the Jaguars in possession of the lead, and they will get the football as we are underway in this second half. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. Handoff looking right. And that'll hurt the average a bit as this time they're able to get him behind the line. It's a loss of 2, now third down.
And plays like that are exactly what this defense needs here early in the second half to give it a little spark. I think their halftime adjustments, what they talked about, maybe it was just a little inspirational speech. Who knows? But looks like they're ready to go.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. 9 yards on the carry there, but it'll be fourth down now. They're indeed going for it as they look to throw. And this is incomplete. So certainly an interesting call there to go for it. And the Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. From the 32 now, here's 1st and 10.
That's what I do.
Go!
Tens the mic.
Ready?
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he'll go down at the 26 following a gain of 6.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
Ready? 6 yards on that last play. Here's 2nd and 4.
Hey, exit.
Now they try the right side here. And he'll get it down this time to the 17. That one a first down pickup of 8.
Boy, he does it at a high level, doesn't he? Because when I watch him, I think of his vision. Straight ahead, peripheral. Also has that sense of where holes are going to be before they actually open. I think that helps set him apart from many of the other backs in the league.
Check, 45 to Mike.
Check right. Shift.
Check, crouch.
Down.
Now a handoff here to his running back. And he gets this inside the 10 to the 9. It's also a gain of 9.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
2nd and 1. And he can't find anywhere to go with it, and he goes down.
The amount of sacks that they've absorbed in this game is absolutely extraordinary. Let's just face it. This offensive line, flat out, cannot handle this pass rush. It's been demonstrated time and time again.
They missed a field goal on their last drive. Here they need something to even get into field goal range on 3rd down.
Hey, echo. Go.
I can't believe they let you play. I can't believe they even let you play.
Looking to throw. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown. A great effort there. With his 2nd touchdown of the game, 4th of the year. As his guys are back within a single score. Extra point up and through. And they're back within a touchdown at 21-14. This game back within a touchdown now as the kickoff's away. This will be taken to the back of the end zone. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. And last time this unit was out here, costly turnover, and then that turned into 6 points. They've got to make amends.
And how many times have we sat in meetings with coaches and they use the term complementary football? Offense take care of the defense, defense take care of the offense. That didn't happen on the last possession. This is a chance for them to pick themselves back up and help their team.
Yeah, we'll see if they can recoup and recover. The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Back to throw. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Clark, his 2nd sack of the night. Great job defensively. I think he was trying to go through his progressions, find someone to get rid of the football. Before he knew it, he was on his back.
So that just brings us right back to what you said in the beginning. A great job defensively. Nowhere to go with the football. That led to the sack.
He's checking his 66. Fully high. Bravo. Bang, 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 bang. Kill, 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 kill. Back.
They'll run it now out of the gun. Big hold of the 30. And a good job defensively. They stop him short of the first at the 32. It'll be a pickup of 13, but it'll still lead to a 4th down. One quarter remains here on a Sunday night. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. And the Jaguars send out their punter as he's on to kick it away. He'll send this up into the Nashville skyline, and it's a good one. They'll call that a punt of 59 yards. Tough to do better than that. And the Titans will be backed up deep to begin the drive as they take over 1st and 10. The Titans offense set to begin the drive. And that last touchdown drive they had very balanced. How key is that balance?
It's huge because most of the time when we talk about balance is run, pass, almost 50-50. But most of the times when you talk to offensive coaches, they say balance is we do what we want when we want to. And that means that they're ahead of the defense, keeping them on their heels.
Yeah, they imposed their will on that last drive. Here's 2nd and 9, just a yard on that last run.
Too little, cut.
Go.
Hey, check motion man. Put your hands on him. Get him.
And he'll give it here to his running back. And he'll get this up past the 5 to the 7-yard line. 4 yards on the pickup there as it'll leave him with a third and about 4 more for a first.
3rd and 4.
Here we go. 18 Gator.
All day.
Look at me. Zipper.
45 the mic. Come on, baby.
Now a handoff looking right. Well, this is going to depend on the spot, but it's not a very generous one. He looks to be about a yard or so short. It'll be a gain of 4, but it won't be enough. It leaves him with a 4th down now.
Big grip.
On 4th down, they'll try and run for it. And able to get this one out just shy of the 25 at the 24. 13 yards is the pickup for Tennessee and a 1st down. I love those plays. 4th and 1. That's who wants it more, this time the offense.
Yeah, there's a lot of hooting and hollering in there, right? A lot of contact and a lot of collisions as they try and find some space. Who's going to drop their hips, gain leverage, and move the other side backwards? We saw it there for the offense getting it done.
And he takes this up to the 40-yard line before being corralled. Give him 16 yards there, a Tennessee 1st down.
We can talk all we want about football being a game of strength and brawn. It's also a game of mismatches, and they're trying to create one there, getting it to their back out of the backfield to make a bigger play.
As we often say, get it to him in space, let him use his leg.
Yeah, if he can get a matchup against a linebacker or maybe a defensive end dropping out in a zone blitz, he's going to win that battle just about every time.
Pretty solid run here on 1st down. Almost picked up another first, but he appears to be a few inches short.
Partner, I remember a coaching friend of mine used to tell his running backs before games, make sure you run and jog with your offensive line in pregame. Get used to the ground shaking when those big behemoths start to create space for you up front. He did a pretty good job of just following those guys through there for a nice explosive run.
So not quite a 1st down just yet as they come up on 2nd and less than a yard.
Take 4.
Hey, seam 6. Ready?
Going to give this time to the tailback. And he'll be brought down at the 45-yard line. A gain of 5, good enough for the 1st down. 4th quarter, down to the final 2 minutes, and we've got a 1-score game. So the Titans in possession of the football here as we get you reset. And let's see what they've come up with offensively after having time to talk it over.
Here we go.
Hey, we got Mike T right here, guys. Greystone travel. Hey, Haywood.
Check 31.
Now on 1st down, he'll drop to throw it. And he's got his man on the out route. Gosh, given the time in the short game, would he have been better off just dropping that?
Yeah, when you look at the clock, you think so. But it's hard to get a receiver to drop a football. They're trained to catch everything.
about 4 yards on that last completion, so that sets up 2nd and 6.
Yep. Be ready. Tens the mic. I got it. I've got Mike T right here, guys.
Back to throw. And that's incomplete.
Now we're in the situation where the quarterback's got to take full charge of his huddle. Got to totally command it, make sure all eyes are on him. All focus is locked in. Going to call multiple plays and go over different situations and scenarios to make sure everyone is on the same page.
And they'll be in search of 6 yards here on 3rd down. This is now the 9th play of the drive.
Hey, orbit. Yes.
They'll run it now out of the gun. And he's going to come up a few yards short of the first. They get him to the ground at the 37. It's a pickup of 4, but they're still a yard short here with 4th down, forthcoming.
Brings up 4th down and 1.
Down 7, and they've got to go for it here on 4th down.
Check 45 to Mike. Check 45 to Mike. Watch the screen. Pass. Say. Whip. Watch the whip. Let's go.
They'll try and run for it. There he goes, right side. Touchdown, Titans. A great play there in the final minute as they can now even this game here in the 4th quarter with the extra point. So a big 2-point conversion attempt forthcoming for the Titans.
Go.
Mike 10. Let's go, defense. Hey, man up, D.
The Titans going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll stop it with just over 40 seconds to go in the game. All right, now a big 2-point conversion attempt still to come.
Now.
So that'll back him up 5. Out comes the kicking team here for the extra point. And we are tied here in the 4th quarter.
That ties the game.
A couple of teams locked into a good one here. 21 all the score as the kick's away. Fielded about a yard deep. And the decision to bring it out will cost him about 5 yards as he'll get this only back to the 20. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They've got work to do, but they do still have a bit of time here.
And they've got to feel comfortable with that, but they have all their play sequences called. If They get out of bounds, that allows them to huddle and call another play. But if they don't, it's hurry up to the line of scrimmage and either spike it and stop the clock or continue to move it downfield in order to try and get in range and win this game.
See if they can do just that. The Jaguars going to go ahead and use their first timeout, as it'll come with 36 seconds to go in half number 2. After the pickup of 5, here's 2nd and 5. Second and 5. And he can't get a throw off. He's taken down. What a huge play at this point in the game. And the Jaguars send out their punter. He's been terrific so far. He steps into this one, and this is a rocket. This will be fielded at the 17. Call that one an even 60 yards, 6-0. And there'll be time for maybe one final play before we hit triple zeros. Tennessee offense about set and ready to go. Tie game, and barring something incredible here, we're likely headed to overtime.
And just a couple of scenarios here to keep in mind. One, if you want to be really aggressive, you do throw the Hail Mary and see if you can get something downfield.
What would you do?
What I would do is either hand it off inside or more likely I take a knee and let the clock run out. Because if I'm back there trying to throw and a sack happens, the ball comes free, I can lose the game here. If I get to overtime, I can still win it.
Let's see if they are in line with Charles Davis. They'll drop the throw. Throw left side complete. It's Chambers. And we need overtime to decide this one after 4 quarters of play. We're all even. The extra session in a moment. This is the NFL on EA Sports. And here in overtime, if the team that receives the ball scores a touchdown, it's over. If they don't, we can still have some more football.
That's exactly right. If they go down and kick a field goal, the other team gets a possession to either match it or score a touchdown to win the ball game. If both teams kick field goals, the next team to score wins. But if the receiving team throws a pick six or fumbles the ball and it gets picked up by the defense and they score, the game is over at that point.
This is taken about 7 yards deep. And no run back here. This will be a touchback, and it comes out to the 25-yard line. Jaguars come to the line to start their next drive. They're set for their first drive here in overtime, and this is where the crowd can really become a factor.
They've had to battle it all day, but I know what you're saying. In overtime, that gets doubled, doesn't it? At least, because now the crowd really wants to be involved and help their team, and that first drive can dictate the whole thing because they know if this team takes it downfield and scores a touchdown, it's game over.
It's been loud in here so far. And at his size, he's a smaller back. You can get him to football. He can kind of get lost, make someone miss. It's good for him.
Yeah, it's great for him. I like what you said there. Sometimes he gets lost in the traffic a little bit, but get him out in the open field into some space. That plays to his strengths the best and keeps him out of it where all the big boys are, you know, make him make someone miss in the open field.
3rd and 1, trying to keep this drive in overtime going. A big one coming up. Now a handoff here to his running back. And an alley to run.
It's run, baby, it's run.
And he is in for the score. And it is absolute stunned silence here as they win it on the road in overtime. Partner, a great game that we got to see and making it extra special. Not only did I get 4 quarters with you in this one, I got some overtime, a little whipped cream on top.
Look at you, trying to make this whole thing palatable.
I just want you to pay for my meal later.
You really just wanted 4 quarters, what you wanted. But how much fun was that? We had that type of a game where we got us to overtime, and then we get the dramatic ending to finish things off as well. What a game.
So for the Jags, they're on a nice early roll as they move to 3-1 with a win here. And they will head back home next week. Meanwhile, for Tennessee, they'll fall back to 500 at 2-2. And they'll get a chance to redeem themselves at home next week.
Not a